Hey guys, today I'm doing a review on the Boulder Bag Electrician Tool Pouch. Um, I'm a little bit critical of tools, but man, these are fantastic. I can definitely give my stamp of approval 100% with these things. Um, I've had these for probably 6 or 7 years. I got them because one of my teachers at my community college I went to for electrical had a set, and then a journeyman I was working with had a set that he said he had for 12 years at the time, and that would have been, yeah, back when I got him, so that's probably close to 20 years now. Apparently he's had a set of Boulder bags. Yeah, so let's just get started in the review. Something to note about my style of how I tackle my tools is I actually do the Vito Pro Pack bag, and I call that my purse. And at the end of every day, I put my tools away in the Vito Pro Pack, and then I have empty pouches, and I start every morning with empty pouches as well. I'm really about lightweight everything. That's kind of my attitude. So the nylon pouches is great for me. Just because it's light, but also I know, some people might be looking at this and be like, okay, you got a knife, you got tick tester, your 11-in-1 screwdriver, stripper, needle nose, lineman, meter, gloves. Where's all your tools? I keep my Vito Pro Pack, on the job site at all times. I haul it in the morning, and I have it sit by my break area, and I just take what I need for the task. If you're running conduit, obviously you're going to have a different set of tools than if you're strip strapping in an apartment building or in a house. So I've worked with several electricians who got like 40 pounds of stuff. I mean, not 40 pounds, you get what I mean. They keep everything in them all the time. Not my style. I don't know if that influences the longevity of my bags, since I don't typically overload my tools. I keep it pretty light, maybe. But I know the particular guy that had these for 12 years, he was like a pack mule, man. It was embarrassing how many tools he kept on his person at one time. So I'm still pretty confident in these. So let's just check them. So this is 6 or 7 years in, I forget which. So before this, when I first started out in the trade, I decided to go with just kind of piecing together some different pouches. So I started with just a pliers pouch and then a supply pouch. So that's kind of the concept, I think, of electrician tool bags, is you have your pliers pouch and then you have your supply pouch. And that's definitely what Boulder is trying to do here. So inside here, I mean, just for a needle nose, you can fit a needle nose in there. I mean, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 individual pockets on this side, your 2 main components, and then you could technically put supplies and more stuff in there. So just on this little division, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets. I have put Sharpies in here. I've put screwdrivers in here. Pliers, very comfortable. These are very deep, so I'm plopping this up and it's just free sitting like that, which is nice. So they just kind of free sit like that. Then over here, this is typically where I put my phone. This pocket is perfect for a smartphone. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this compartment. It looks like these are basically mirrored, the same exact thing for your pliers pouch. So for the screwdriver exteriors, I'll actually grab a fixed screwdriver instead of my 11-in-1. Like I said, I'm all about lightweight, so I try to keep little amount of tools as possible. So those slide in. You kind of need a healthy handle, because if you got a small enough screwdriver, in theory, it might be able to pull through. I guess I've never really experienced a problem like that, because I always keep these big, heavy handle screwdrivers. But it has 1, 2, 3, 4 different screwdriver places. Maybe you do nut drivers right there. And then they got a front pocket. I've always kept a utility knife in here. I actually really like this little Klein utility knife. It's one hand flippy. I've cut men for less. Look at that. Anyway, tick tester goes great in this pocket. This has never broke off, which I had before this. I had the gator backs, and that was my initial disappointment with going from the Boulder bag from the gator backs. As you guys are familiar with the gator backs, they have these kick-ass handles that you can grab and then haul around your tools. These don't have handles, so you have to basically fold them like this and then grab that to lift them up. Whatever. Tape measure pouch, pretty standard, but yeah, this little tape metal piece has never busted off the Boulder bags. Label still on all these years later. Okay, so then we can move on here to, we got the pliers pouch, we got the supply pouch now. So the supply pouch, I normally keep my heavier pliers in here, so if I got like my channel lock or my lineman, I keep it in here. These are big old, just plain empty handles, or sorry, pockets. So you got one big pocket, and then a little sleeve for one plier. Sometimes I put my level over here too in this little sleeve, and then this is where you put your straps. I got some 1/2-inch straps. I was strapping up some garage wire yesterday, so I had some of these Romex straps. Plug tester. Right now I kind of have this set up for troubleshooting or for service. Pretty much my bare bones I use for service. Anyway, this is what the Boulder bag's all about right here. This is what makes everybody envious of you, is they have this sweet little inside pouch where they have room for 632s, 832s, drill bits, bit tips, all that stuff that is important and small that you want to have on you at all time. You have this secret little pocket, and it's Velcro. So no matter how you position this, it's not going to fall out. So you can be up on a scissor lift, ladder, or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. So this little supply pouch here really kind of sold me on this particular set of tool bags. The belt is fantastic. It's very comfortable. The ends are leather, but the belt itself is nylon, so just the end is leather where it counts to be tough. You can kind of see where I got most of my wear from the belt. The holes are still great. I went with the medium size. I'm a 32 waist, and even the little medium is still on. Look at that from all these years. The reason I went with the medium is because I work in North Dakota, so I mean, it gets pretty cold, so fitting your bags over your Carhartt coveralls, as well as in the summertime, just when you're wearing jeans. So pretty much the two holes I use on this thing is probably the second from the tightest, and then the very least tight for that range, and that does just fantastic for me for sizing. I can still get these around and at least close the belt when I have all my snow gear on, which is great. So I'd recommend for your sizing, whatever your pant size is, I would go for that on the low end. I wouldn't worry about having these too big because, you know, if you're working in winter, I guess if you're down south, might be different. But for us up north, you definitely want a little bit more cushion for your winter gear. Some people don't do the suspenders. I love the suspenders, once again, for the distributing of weight and keeping everything lightweight. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all there is to it. Hammer loop. I normally see a little bit of fray right here. That's because this is where I normally clip my impact. Any cosmetic things you see right here, this is probably Chico. Any of you guys work with rigid, doing rigid seal-offs? That's probably some Chico there. That's why that has never rubbed off. Otherwise, I mean, they're, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think they look pretty new, being as old as they are. I'd say my gator backs probably lasted me about 6 months before they broke down. And then my kind of piece together, I did like just a local hardware store, kind of piece some stuff together. I just did a leather belt and then 2 nylon pouches, and that probably lasted me about a year. So this is probably, I don't know, my 4th or 5th set of tool bags, and it's significantly outlasted the competition. You really cannot go wrong with these Boulder bags. So yeah, I had some students asking me what kind of tool belts they should buy. So I figured I'd make this video to kind of talk up the Boulder bags. No complaints. Thanks for watching.